Mike mentioned the discussions between you and Draymond to put Looney in the starting lineup, beginning even as early as like towards the end of Game 5 on the bench. I mean, do you remember that discussion taking place, and what ultimately made you guys green light that it should be Looney as the fifth starter?
It was a feeling in terms of like we don't know that I ain't have advanced analytics on in front of me or like numbers and all that. Just a feel in terms of how the series had changed after Steven Adams came back in Game 4 or Game 3, and then his impact in Game 4 and 5. That we needed to start with some size, kind of counter that, knowing we could figure out the offensive end and get to some different patterns and make the adjustments on that end of the floor. But it would give us a chance to take that physicality that they were coming at us with, get off to a better start defensively, and settle into the game. We finally won the first quarter. And then obviously Loon was unreal in the second half with his presence, his rebounding, and the way he impacted the game. So it's just a testament to like our experience in terms of the feel on the court, knowing that the series changed dramatically, like, from one game to the next, and we needed to make that adjustment.
Steph, you see Clay going off in a Game 6. You have a big fourth quarter. Does it all feel right with the world when Clay is in a Game 6 playing well?
It absolutely does. From the first shot he hit, it was like this is what he's been looking forward to since he got hurt back in the 19 finals. So it's a different joy. It's a different energy when you see him getting off, especially in front of our home crowd. And it's just fun to watch. I think we can obviously continue to play better. I think you say all's right in the world. We won and we figured it out. We showed our competitiveness and our know-how to win down the stretch, but we can continue to build on this as we look forward to the next round, no matter who we play. So not lost in this journey is the fact that we're still trying to peak at the right time as a team that's going through this for the first time together. So it's an exciting time to get past this series and look forward to what's coming next.
Steph, with 70 rebounds and the way that Looney and Wiggins crashing the offensive glass, how important was that when shots weren't falling for a stretch, that you got all those extra opportunities and it made a difference late?
All three of those guys, obviously 22, 15, 11, me and Clay with 15 combined. Like, we remember how it felt in Game 5 when we lost the possession game by a mile, and for us to even overcome 17 turnovers with playing pretty solid defense, even though Brooks and Bain had a good game, like we still made them work for it. And then on misses, we were able to get rebounds, got extra possessions on the offensive glass, and we took advantage of it. And it kept us in the game until that fourth quarter run when we kind of went for the jugular. So great adjustment from a mindset and approach perspective, knowing how dominant they were in Game 5. We said it was going to show a lot about who we are tonight, and we answered the call.
Steph, I'm curious, with this Grizzlies group, your updated feelings about them and who they are and how they do this thing. I mean, coming into the playoffs, they took a lot of pride in the way that they pushed you guys out last year, and then all with this edge and the way that it was back and forth. Just how do you see their group?
I have a lot of respect for every single guy on the team in terms of how they're built as a group, the individual talent. They have a lot of energy, a lot of potential in terms of winning at the highest level. They were the higher seed for a reason. They had an amazing regular season and dominated throughout the course of those 82 games. But for us to be able to come out of the series with a dub, like, there's definitely respect. There's definitely an understanding that they made us better. I'm sure we made them better, and who knows what happens down the road. But they'll be here for a long time, just because they have a lot going for them. So definitely respect.
Hey, Steph, is this the loudest you've heard at Chase so far?
Yeah, deepest we've played, so hopefully it continues. We haven't lost here, and it's predicated on just the ability for us to hopefully there's not a situation where we have to keep flipping that switch. I think Clay's three with maybe a minute and a half, something like 2 minutes, like that was the loudest I think I've ever heard it, and I didn't even go crazy. I just kind of took a second to just look up and kind of embrace it and enjoy the experience. So it was really dope, and for us to have an opportunity to keep playing, hopefully it continues to get better.
Steph, what did Memphis do to give you a hard time? Not only in the series, but especially in this last game when Ja goes out and they kind of changed their defense. What did they do? What did you have to figure out to come through in the fourth?
They have personnel to bother a lot of your normal actions in terms of, Dylan's going to press up knowing he's got help behind him and he's a pretty good defender where, at the first line of attack, it's not going to be easy. And then you get into the paint and you got Steven Adams trailing you. You got Jaren Jackson pulling over, and his presence and size and rim protection is crazy. And then they made adjustments where, they try to funnel us into specific spots on the court, make us throw it out and try to just stay home and force tough shots. We felt all that, but we, felt like we could have shot it better, but there definitely was an impact in terms of just their personnel and the way that they, defend perimeter, the paint, and force you to just make tough plays. So over the course of 48, we still couldn't figure out how to control those turnovers, but we created enough good shots that we could pick up momentum and create separation down the stretch, which was obviously helpful.
This team has been through a lot over the last couple of years, but how does it feel to be back in the Western Conference Finals?
Maybe it's not that special. We got a tower back here. It's unbelievable knowing what we've been through these last 2 years, and 6 out of the last 8, we have an opportunity to play for the finals. And like I said, I think me, Draymond, Clay, Loon, we've been in this position before. We understand the emotions, the adrenaline, how much you want it, how hard it is. For JP and Wiggs, Otto, guys, Belly, D-Lee, guys are in the rotation tonight. Like, everybody's going through this for the first time, and it's a pretty cool vibe when you figure it out as a group, because we haven't done it as with this group together. So definitely special. Never take it for granted and understand this is what it's all about. And for us to have another opportunity to get 4 more wins and play for a trophy like that's special.
What have you thought about the Mavericks-Sun series? I assume you'll watch Game 7, and just as you kind of start to look forward to those matchups, just what are your initial thoughts?
I'm just going to be a fan. That series has been unbelievable, back and forth. The home teams won every game, right? So, we'll see what happens in the Game 7. It's just been pretty entertaining, high level of basketball. So there are 2 different teams, so it's kind of hard to probably talk about it on Monday or Tuesday when we figure out who we're playing. But I'm just going to be a fan and enjoy watching 2 Game 7s on Sunday, and we get 4 days off, which is pretty special.
You talked about the guys who haven't gone through it. Did you know Wiggins was going to come up large in this game, and what does it tell you that he did?
I had a dream last night that he was going to hit some big shots in the fourth and step up in the way he did and planned out just exactly how I saw it. So I made a three at the 5-minute mark or whatever. It was the fourth quarter. I went to the bench, and the first person I saw was him, and I yelled at him like he gave us life to start that fourth quarter. Made the big three. They hit a tough, end the shot clock, 2 that kept the momentum, got the steal, the dunk, and then he got that 3, right wing, I think. And those are huge plays because, it's a 1-2 possession either way. So still didn't get a reaction out of him yet. I just wanted, got one this series when he dunked on Brandon Clark, but the rest of it, he's just good old Wiggs making big plays.
He looked pretty happy after. I don't know if you saw him. He was like hugging everybody. Do you see any of that?
No, I missed it. I gotta hit up everybody for the videos. Absolutely, I need those. Wiggs smiling is always good for us.
Morant just posted online that you kind of remain his favorite matchup in the league. Just what did you think of the first 3 games going against him? Obviously, kind of the unfortunate fact that he was out of the series, and just in general, him moving forward.
He's a problem. I mean, his numbers are crazy. We were up 2-1, so you still had confidence that we could finish out the series. But he requires all of your attention. He's in 3rd year, 4th year. Sky's the limit. And like I said, they're going to be around for a long time, fighting for Western Conference proud. So it's going to be, we'll enjoy this and keep moving towards our goal. But you got to understand that they're going to be around, for the long haul. And he's a problem. So definitely an amazing matchup, fun, entertaining, high-level basketball. All the antics and pettiness and all that stuff. Love all of it. So we'll see what happens down the road.
What was that like to hear Chase Center erupt in the whoop that trick chants that they did late in the fourth quarter?
I don't even know if they believed it. It was phenomenal. I was just you had to do it, obviously, but yeah, it's part of the fun of the playoffs. Home fans get to enjoy the celebration however they want to.